Welcome to Profile, Red Apple 21's monthly look at schools in Fairfax County. This month, our program will focus on Kings Park, a unique elementary school where opportunities abound and the sky's the limit. Kings Park Elementary School, located on Harrow Way in Springfield, is a school that offers its students the opportunity to succeed. Through a combination of community support and staff dedication, the learning environment at Kings Park encourages social and academic achievement. On this edition of Profile, you'll meet Principal Lenore Plisner and members of her staff, and hear about some of the special programs that make Kings Park unique. You'll also meet some of the Kings Park students and learn about classroom activities in writing, reading, and mathematics, along with a special program for preschoolers. You'll also learn how the school's PTA supports various programs and contributes to the overall success of the school. One of the most unique characteristics of Kings Park Elementary School is its student population. The school houses children from preschool through 3rd grade, but enjoys a strong working relationship with Kings Glen Elementary, the neighboring school where students in grades 4 through 6 continue their education.
The history of the school was that Kings Park was to serve the Kings Park community, which surrounds the school. However, as the enrollment grew, because there were so many children coming out of the Kings Park housing development, we found that even adding an addition on the site that we have here was not sufficient to be able to house all of the children. Consequently, Kings Glen School was constructed. It's only about 3 blocks away, and as a result of that, it seemed better to have the 2 schools function as one school, so that for many years there was one principal over both the schools. About 8 years ago, the schools were divided. There were 2 principals for each, one principal for each school was hired, and from that point on, then the schools have functioned very separately. But because of the close proximity, it has worked well that we have been a paired school situation.
Lenore Plisner sees Kings Park as a child-centered school, where academic learning goes hand in hand as a top priority with building self-confidence and self-esteem.
One of the things that we start doing from the very first day children come into school is to find ways that we can build on what the child's main strengths are. We find that a child may certainly not be interested in coming to school every day, but if we find that there are areas of interest, we then encourage the children to pursue those interests, and then we find ways that we tuck in the language arts or the mathematics or the science or the social studies so that the children are going to be learning all the way along. If we have children who do have any kind of special problems that need to have special services, such as reading, or in the case of a child with a learning disability, we try to identify those as early as possible also, so that there will be special work that is given to those children in special help. In terms of building self-confidence, that's a matter of relying on the teacher to be able to provide motivation for the children, let them work at a comfortable level so that they are going to find success there. And as they find the academic success, then we know that they're going to develop the self-confidence also that is needed for each grade level.
In helping children grow as individuals, the Kings Park staff encourages creativity and student involvement. A beginning of the year project also incorporated teamwork as classes elected delegates to write a school constitution.
We felt that this constitution activity enabled the children to be involved actively in the historical significance of the Constitution 200 years ago being signed. The children were involved in the writing process, and also it was very important for them to feel working as a group. All those things were accomplished by this one whole school activity.
Alice, which was your favorite dinosaur?
Stegosaurus.
All right, would you read us a little bit about Stegosaurus, please?
Kings Park is host to many programs that contribute to student success. In this first grade classroom, for example, 2 teachers teamed up to develop a unit of study on dinosaurs, which served as a springboard for activities in reading, writing, math, science, and art.
I'm Ginny Lawrence, first grade teacher at Kings Park. My teammate Barbara Layton and I developed a unit on dinosaurs that integrates reading, writing, math, science, and art. We chose dinosaurs because of the fascination that children have for them, which stimulates their interest in all subject areas. By integrating, learning becomes more meaningful.
The students enjoy learning about dinosaurs and gather some of their information from books about a dinosaur named Thunder.
One day, some children were walking and they found an egg and it cracked and a baby brontosaurus came out. And they called it Thunder. And some of the adventures they had was Thunder and the dinosaur puppet. Thunder goes to a party. Thunder disappears. And Thunder comes to a rescue. And Thunder gets a horse. We like to read about dinosaurs. We like to write about dinosaurs that are eaters and plant eaters. And we like to make dinosaurs out of clay. And we draw pictures about dinosaurs.
Because all of the activities revolve around dinosaurs, students can use one assignment to transition into the next.
Our class did some projects, and the projects were mobiles, collages, dioramas, TV, fat cubes, and models. And I chose to do a model of the 4 periods, and the periods were Permian period, Jurassic period, and Cretaceous period.
These projects incorporated the dinosaur theme throughout, and whether students were working on science, art, or even math, there were dinosaur activities for every subject. This continuity also made possible the successful integration of writing across the curriculum. For science or social studies, students wrote reports on favorite dinosaurs.
First we found books about dinosaurs, and then we took notes, and then we wrote it down on one piece of paper. The name of my dinosaur is Tyrannosaurus rex. The name means giant lizard. It weighed 7 or 8 tons. It was 50 feet long, and it was about 20 feet high. He ate meat. He was the biggest meat eater. Its teeth were as big as pencils and very, very sharp. When he stood up on his hind legs, he was as tall as 3 grown men.
For more creative endeavors, students wrote stories about dinosaurs.
The Egg by Emily. One day I found a huge egg. What in the world is this? I said, so I took it home. It looks like a dinosaur's egg, said Dad. What's a dinosaur? I said. It is a lizard that lived a long time ago. Then we heard a crack. It's hatching, I said. And out popped a baby dinosaur. The end. I like to write about exciting stuff like dinosaurs, happy things, and friends, and that's all.
Personally, I think the most exciting development that we've had in the total curriculum over the last several years has been the introduction of writing as a tool for integrating the entire curriculum. We found that it is possible to have writing as a unifying kind of cement that will bring together the language arts and the different areas of the curriculum. We even find that in math and writing math programs that we can help the children understand that that is part of the ability to know how to put thoughts into sentences, to ask questions, so that mathematics is part of the writing program also when we do those kinds of story problems. So that writing has a universal application in every subject, and we found that this is something that we begin at the kindergarten level now, and by the time the children leave here, we do have some children already writing chapter books.
The Writing Across the Curriculum program is a school-wide emphasis that has proven successful at Kings Park. Another program, which encourages the use of novels over basal texts, has also been an important advancement for students in grades 1 through 3.
My name is Vita Johnson, and I'm a second grade teacher here at Kings Park School. At Kings Park School, we have integrated novels into our reading program. Exploring novels has been an excellent way to meet the various interest levels of our students. Some of our novels complement our science and social studies programs. With the use of novels, we have found life beyond the basal text.
My book is The Value of Adventure. It is about
These second graders read a series of books known as value books. They designed covers, illustrations, and then shared the books with classmates.
My book is The Value of Fantasy, and it's the story about Hans Christian Andersen. And I learned in this book that it's good to use your imagination because you can think up all these neat things and bring them to life. And that's what inventors do. They imagine something and then they make it out of wood or metal.
Very good, thank you.
My book is The Value of Dedication. The main character is Albert Schweitzer. He was the first doctor to go to Lambarene, Africa, to help people that were sick, and he built hospitals there. I learned that if you really like something, stick with it.
My book is The Value of Helping. It is a story of Harriet Tubman. I like Harriet Tubman because I like helping people, and she helped many people. I learned that if you help somebody, they'll help you also.
I think that it's a very good idea because the children have various interests, and a lot of times the basal text does not address those personal interests. And with the use of novels, we have been able to tap the interests of many of the students.
Many classroom projects come as a result of students reading novels. This class, with the help of a parent volunteer, is making a quilt of favorite novels. They were also involved in many other activities.
Our reading group is working on a novel called The World of Butterflies. I especially like novels because I can learn about all different things.
My group is doing a picture about using watercolors. It's about a mom and a daughter in a balloon race.
Our group is working in a novel called Newspapers. We are doing many activities using newspapers and learning how much work goes into making a paper.
The teachers at Kings Park are helping their students achieve success in school by incorporating unique activities into regular lessons. The staff is also active in piloting new teaching strategies and programs. Because Kings Park is a primary school of 800 students with 7 kindergarten classes and 8 classes in grades 1 through 3, the school provides a good environment for pilot programs. In the past, Kings Park has been involved in piloting programs in primary mathematics and kindergarten integration, as well as writing across the curriculum. The school has also been involved this year in a pilot program for gifted and talented students.
My name is Jan Corbett, and I'm a second grade teacher. And Kings Park has had a pilot program for the primary grades K-2 Gifted and Talented program for the past 2 years. Part of this program is to offer differentiated services in a specific curriculum area to selected students. These services provide a wide range of challenging activities to the student in an area that they excel in.
The students were working on a special math activity and enjoyed the challenge of creating their own tanagrams.
We are doing tanagrams in math. A tanagram is a Chinese puzzle. All different shapes can be in a tanagram. A circle cannot be part of a tanagram. No other shape will fit with a circle to make one solid shape.
I made a dino block for my tanagram. I named it a dino block because it was in the shape of a dinosaur and it was made out of blocks. I made a tanagram shaped like a rocket using 5 different shapes.
Another student in the pilot created a book of math story problems divided into 3 sections for 3 different levels of achievement.
I have created a math story problem book. It is 3 sections. The first section is for beginners, the middle section is for people who are good at math, and the last section is for kids who would like to go over and beyond.
The students in this pilot program want to go over and beyond and enjoy the challenges of the advanced math activities.
We do advanced math in the computer. This group is playing Frog Pond. Frog Pond is a problem-solving program that you use patterns to help the frog to his pad.
Before the Gifted and Talented pilot program, students were given the opportunity for enrichment activities for only 2 hours per week. But by offering differentiated services within the classroom, the pilot is now giving students a chance to take part in enrichment opportunities daily. Aside from the GT pilot program, students are given many other opportunities for an enriched education at Kings Park. School-wide incentive programs, like the reading program, give every student the chance to succeed. A main component of the school's reading emphasis is the book brunch, a time for students to share favorite books.
I'm Arlene Schmidt, the librarian at Kings Park School, and this is the 3rd year we've had a book brunch at our school. And the way the book brunch works is that we invite 3 3rd graders, 3 2nd graders, and 3 1st graders to come, and they may bring their lunch or they may just come and discuss their favorite book. We send them an invitation about 2 days before the brunch so that they know that they should pick out their favorite book and think about what makes it their favorite. Then they come down to the library and we sit around and in a very informal manner talk about what makes books so great.
What do you think makes Beverly Cleary books good?
They're just good books.
They are good books. You've read all of her books, Amanda? All right.
Almost all of them.
Do you know that she's written a lot of her books about her own twin children? She had twins, and so a lot of her books, the ones about Mitch and Amy. Did you read Mitch and Amy? Those were based on her children.
We have many children who would like to come back more than once during the year, but we've tried to limit it so that every child in the school has an opportunity to come to the book brunch if they would like to.
And Sophie was getting very hungry because there was nothing she liked to eat there. All there was to eat was...
The students feel that lunch is the perfect time to meet with friends and learn about books they might like to read.
Well, so if you get together with your friends, they can know if they like the book, and if they like the book, they always could buy it and ask people if, ask their parents if they could buy it and see what it's like to read it, and if they like it, maybe they could get it.
We've seen a great increase in reading in our school because of the book brunch and because of our other reading incentive programs. We've always had tremendous success with reading incentive, but this year has surpassed all of our expectations. A committee decided that we would have children read books, and when they had read 50, they would get their picture on a flower out in the hallway. every 50 books their flower would grow. Children have been delighted to see their pictures up. They can hardly wait until their flower will grow. We have one child who has already read 2,500 books. Last year's total for the school year was 48,000 books, and by March of this year we had already read a total of 64,000 books. So the children are really, really reading.
As a parent, I have found this program tremendous. My third-grade son came here as a good reader, but he was only reading short stories, and only because we made him sit down and read. Now I'm finding him setting aside as much as 30 minutes almost every day to read on his own, and he's reading chapter books such as the Hardy Boys. We're really proud of him, and I know he feels real good about himself. My kindergarten daughter is always asking somebody to read to her, but recently she went to the library and she found a very simple 10-word book in which the words were used over and over again. After hearing the book a number of times, she read the book to us. And I was thrilled, and my husband, and she was just beside herself that, now she's actually reading. I would say that the educators here at Kings Park have found a reading program that has made reading a lot of fun and also a very rewarding experience for the children.
The reading program and other classroom activities at Kings Park give students the chance to succeed academically. But there is yet another special program focused on students' social development as well. The non-categorical handicap preschool program at Kings Park serves students from 2 to 5 years who have special educational needs.
Hi, my name is Cheryl Emick, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about our preschool program at Kings Park. We have 4 preschool non-categorical classrooms. 2 of them are AM and 2 of them are PM. And we serve students from 2 years old to 5 years old. And what we try to do is work on their individual needs through play. We also offer OT, which is occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy to those children that need it.
In addition to meeting the needs of the preschoolers, the program also benefits third graders who volunteer to help in the class. As the oldest students in the school, the third graders are seen as positive role models for the younger children.
Well, there are 2 main reasons that we have the third graders come and help with the preschoolers. The first reason is it helps to provide the preschoolers with appropriate play models. By that I mean most of our kids learn through actually playing. And with the third graders working with the preschoolers, it helps them come up with new ideas of how to manipulate materials and equipment. And we hope through that experimentation that the kids learn some new skills. The other reason that we have the third graders come into the preschool is to help them learn about students with handicaps. A lot of the children are unsure about a child that has a handicap and are sometimes afraid. And I think when they leave the classroom, they come away with the feeling that underneath the handicap is a child just like them, and they like to play and do the same types of things.
Hey, there's 3 cars. Look, there's 3 cars. I can't find one. These are some. Here's some more. Yeah, that's neither. Ethan. Yeah. There's one right under your legs. Look, there's a truck also. That's always the best. And this is a truck.
Getting involved, helping out, and cooperating with one another is second nature to students at Kings Park, who are following an example set by their parents. The PTA, which serves Kings Park as well as sister school Kings Glen, actively supports the schools and their programs.
One of our first priorities each year is the selection of appropriate enrichment assemblies for each school. Through these assemblies, our children's education is furthered, be it through storytelling or square dancing. Our assemblies often coincide with the program of studies or any specific instruction on which a class may be focusing. This year, our PTA has been able to provide 5 special assemblies for each school. We also provide a generous allocation for each classroom teacher to help defray those incidental expenses that seem to add up all too rapidly. Our support has always been acknowledged and appreciated by our teachers.
Teachers get further PTA support for classroom projects through the mini-grant program.
When teachers or a team of teachers come up with an idea for their classrooms for which there are no readily available monies, they can apply for a PTA mini-grant. Our Education Committee reviews requests and grants those which encourage student participation in creative and innovative activities related to the program of studies.
Although the PTA supports many programs financially, members feel that service to the school is their most valuable contribution.
Through our volunteer program, over 100 volunteers each month come into this school, and so far this year have already provided us with over 10,000 hours of quality volunteer time. That is the equivalent of almost 9 paid full-time employees. One of the projects, which is heavily staffed by our volunteers, is our publishing center, in which volunteers provide the needed experience for our children to help edit, prepare, plan, rewrite, type, provide covers for either only lamination or computer-generated covers, and the final binding procedure that goes into the making of a real book for most of our children. We are extremely proud of the spirit of volunteerism that pervades Kings Park.
The supportive spirit at Kings Park was definitely in the air on the day of our visit as the school prepared for its spring balloon launch.
A balloon launch has become an annual rite of spring at both schools. A fall balloon launch was held this year in honor of our Constitution's birthday, and naturally we launched red, white, and blue balloons. Our balloons have traveled as far as Nova Scotia and numerous locations in between. We are hoping for a good wind again today to carry them off to exciting places. We did get some in the trees, but most of them took off. The folks who find the tickets attached to the balloons respond to our children with such enthusiasm and warmth that that alone makes a balloon launch worthwhile.
While the spring balloon launch was a visual sign of parent involvement, it was also a symbol of the support and encouragement that the school receives from its PTA year-round. Community involvement is yet another factor contributing to success at Kings Park. Along with the dedication of faculty and administrators and the cooperation and enthusiasm from students, Kings Park has developed a learning environment that promotes student success.
I find as a principal that I am happy to come to school each morning, and that's really a great compliment. We have a faculty here who keeps me running. They are very much in tune with what's going on in education today. They are very, very interested in finding out the best ways to work with young children. Our children here are a special group because they really are here on most days to learn, and they come very eager and happy to be here. And of course I can't leave out our parents because they are a very supportive group here at Kings Park and have made this school a much richer and happier place because of both the moral support and the financial support they've given to us.
Well, it's more like a bigger school. It has a big gym and lots of people read. I like to look at the big flowers, especially with Justin Tashida, with how many books he read. He has a huge flowers up to the wall. And also, it's just a well-known school. Lots of people know it. It's one of the bigger schools, and it has lots of stuff about it. You can learn a lot by it. I learned almost lots of stuff by it. Lots of math and stuff like that.
Kings Park is a unique school in Fairfax County, one that promotes student success through enthusiasm for education.